Hello, my name is Ronit Segal, and I am a junior. I created a mobile app called Sprivia. Sprivia is a sports trivia app which quizzes the user on their sports knowledge. Now, let me show you how the game looks. Alright, so this is how my game looks. I created this game through a coding language called Swift, and I also used Xcode, which is a platform where I can I can make my interface through the main.storyboard, and I also can code on the platform. So let me expand Xcode, and you guys can see this is the interface. This is how it looks like. We had the title at the top. This is the home page right here, which says Sprivia, and we had the start button. And then this is the game view controller, and this is where the questions appear. And this is a table view, which is where the options appear. So if I go into my game view controller.swift, this is all the code for the game. I used variables and functions and uh, t- um, and logic statements like if and else statements to code my game. And I have all of these functions and these if statements. They're connected to the main.storyboard, and so that's how all of these buttons and the label and the table view. That's how the label is able to display the question. The table view is able to display the option choices, and the button is when you click here, this button takes you to this view controller. So the code basically tells what these buttons and objects to do in the interface. And now let me show you guys a quick run through of the game. So at the top, like what I said before, Sprivia. This is the nice home page. Background is cloud. Background is clouds. To make a very serene atmosphere when you play. And when you start, there's a picture of people playing sports. Very colorful picture. And the question appears here: which of these players have not won an MVP? So let's just say the user believes it's Patrick Mahomes, but that is the wrong answer. It pops up this error which says wrong, wrong answer, and you'll press dismiss to go back to this question. And now let's just say the user realizes, oh, it's not Patrick Mahomes, it is Drew Brees, and he gets it right. It goes on to the next question, and it asks how long is the average NFL career. Let's say the user believes it's 4, but that is too long. Actually, it's not 4, but it is 3 years. And then which of these QBs threw for 5 touchdowns and a quarter? Let's say the user believes it's Tom Brady, which is actually correct. Which team has won 3 championships in a row in the NFL? The user picks Pittsburgh Steelers, but it's actually the Green Bay Packers. The fifth question asks, how much money does the Super Bowl trophy cost? And let's say the user knows this. He's like $25,000, and that is correct. And this question asks, which year was a quarterback not selected in the first 2 rounds of the NFL draft? Let's say the user also knows this in 1988. It's game, and that's where the game ends. So after 6 questions, you have beaten the game, and it says game over. You press dismiss, and you can now press the home button to go back to the home page and restart the game, like right here. So that is how the game looks, and I learned how to connect storyboards together. I learned um, also how to make a functional app. I learned more things about the language of Swift. I got I became a better coder after making this app, and this app has given me motivation to create uh, future apps and probably make them more complex than this. This app obviously has many. I can do many. I can do many things to this app and improve it. Obviously, there's it's a simple trivia game, and I can make it more complicated. One thing I can do, like in other apps like Trivia Crack, if you've seen it, there's like a currency system where the players can buy upgrades and boosts, and I can include that in my app, make it more fun and challenging for the user. And then also I can create a multiplayer mode that would be a little advanced, but that would also be a nice, fun way to connect people online and play this app and see who's the better um, sports knowledge person who has more sports knowledge. Sorry. Um, and so that's basically how the app looks. Now let me now answer some questions you guys might have about this app. So the first question you guys may have about this project is whether I worked alone or with a partner. So I worked by myself, but I did use the internet for a couple of problems on the way, which I had in the code. I had a little bit of involvement from my parents because they tested out the app and they really enjoyed playing. Um, Another question you guys may have about this project is how long it took me to create it. It took me about 1.5 weeks to create this project. The easiest part was creating the interface, but the most challenging part was coding it. This is because this is the first time I am using Swift. I usually use Java and Python, and even though they are very similar languages to Swift, there were many syntax and compiler errors in my code that I had to search up a lot on the internet to fix these errors. However, I did not give up and I kept on going, and I had a lot of fun doing it, for sure. A hypothetical question you guys may have about this app is whether the questions come from a database or any source or automatically if I extracted them automatically or if I have manually entered them into the game. And I manually entered them into the game. So they're not coming from any database automatically, but that is something I would like to do in the future. That is an improvement I can make to the game. I believe that if I do this, I won't have to spend a lot of time updating the game manually because I will automatically have it update through a database or a source in the background. I also would like to include questions from other sports like the NBA and the MLB and more so that the user can be tested on a wide variety of questions besides besides basketball. So that is my app, Sprivia. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you guys stay safe during this COVID pandemic. Thank you.